Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Alia binti Ahmadiyah and I'm going to present about my thesis study, which is thermal and mechanical properties of biodegradable cassava starch and banana leaf composite for packaging tray. Okay, first, I'm going to present about problem statement, objective literature review, research methodology, the result and discussion, and last, conclusion and recommendation. Okay, first for problem statement, we know that plastic is non-biodegradable, so it will cause plastic accumulation, and worse, it will cause environmental pollution, which is such as flood and greenhouse effect. So thermoplastic starch is used as an alternative to replace the plastic, but TPS also has poor properties. Hence, with addition of natural fiber used as reinforcement, it will help to improve the material properties. That's why we choose banana leaf fiber, as we also want to help to reduce the waste. The objective of my study is first to fabricate thermoplastic cassava starch with beeswax reinforced with banana leaf fiber, and then the composite material will be tested to study the thermal properties and the mechanical properties. The scope of study is cassava starch and banana leaf fiber were used with addition of glycerol as plasticizer and beeswax. Banana leaf fiber obtained by fiber extraction process, and then the pure TPCS developed by using hot compressed molding process. After that, the pure TPCS will be modified with additional of banana leaf fiber, and then we will study the thermal properties by TGA test and mechanical properties by tensile test and flexural test. For literature review, thermoplastic cassava starch is prepared from cassava starch and plasticizer, which is glycerol. From the previous study, we know that TPCS has good mechanical and thermal properties. Okay, then for glycerol, we use to improve the plasticity and the flexibility of starch. Banana leaf fiber is a lignocellulosic fiber, which is the natural fiber obtained from plant. Okay, it has main which is cellulose and hemicellulose and lignin. It also has low density, high toughness, heat resistant, and the most important is biodegradable. That's why we choose as reinforcement agent. This is the previous study that used banana leaf fiber, and all the studies show good result, which is improvement in mechanical properties and thermal properties. And beeswax is classified in natural wax obtained from honeybees. We use to reduce the moisture absorption because it is hydrophobic. And okay, next we go for methodology, which is first select the material, and then we fabricate the sample, and after that undergo the testing and data collection. This is the flow chart of my study. The first process is fibers extraction, which is the banana leaf fiber. We undergo water retting method. I soak the banana leaf in water for 4 weeks to make it so the surface will be smoother, so it will be easier for the fiber removing. And then the drying process, which is I dried under the sunlight and put in the oven after that for 5 hours, 100 degrees Celsius, and then the fibers were cut shortly, about 2 mm. For the fabrication process, first we produce the mixture of TPCS, which is cassava starch is mixed with glycerol with dry mixing, and then the TPCS were added with 10% of beeswax, which is from total amount of the TPCS 58.2 gram, and then the dry mixing, and we undergo dry mixing and hot compression molding. After that, the TPCS beeswax will be were added with banana leaf fiber from 10% until 50%. For sample testing, the thermal testing, we undergo TGA test, which is thermogravimetric analysis, to analyze the thermal stability of the material. We use nitrogen gas and tested from 25 degrees Celsius until 800 degrees Celsius. For mechanical testing, the tensile test is to evaluate the tensile strength and modulus, while flexural test to evaluate the flexural strength and modulus. Both of these tests use same machine, which is Instron 5969 machine, but with different measurement. For sample characterization, for Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy (FTIR) test, to analyze the chemical characteristic of the material, while scanning electron microscopy SEM test to study the morphology of tensile fractured surface of the material. The sample were first gold coated before frontal testing. This is the result of my testing. For TGA test, we obtain two curves, which is TGA curve and DTG curve. Okay, first for DTG curve, we can see here that the wick reduce as the temperature increase. Okay, so for the first degradation below 200 degrees Celsius, it is due to moisture evaporation, while between 150 to 300 degrees Celsius, it is due to decomposition of cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin. And at 300 degrees Celsius, it is due to decomposition of starch. Okay, so we can see that from 0 to 50% of fiber, the thermal stability increase when the fiber content increase. Okay, for the DTG curve, we can see that the maximum peak is between 200 and 400 degrees Celsius. It is due to fiber loaded. For the first stage of peak, it is due to moisture reduction, while for the second peak here, it is caused by fiber degradation. Okay, so we know that the thermal stability increase when the fiber increase. And then for mechanical analysis, tensile test, okay, the fiber, here is the result. Okay, we can see that the optimum fiber content is at 40%. Okay, the fiber addition led to significant increment. Why I say significant? Because I run the ANOVA analysis, and it showed that p-value less than 0.05. So it proved that statistically different between mean tensile strength and modulus from one level to another. Okay, so the significant increment due to strong combination between fiber and starch. From previous study, it also say that it is due to good stress transfer from matrix to fiber caused by the great interfacial adhesion. However, at 50%, the strength reduced. It is due to higher fiber content, so the fiber not adequately wetted by the starch, so it caused agglomeration. We can see the agglomeration in the result of SEM test after this. For tensile modulus, it also shows the same trend, but slightly decreased at 30%. Okay, and then reduced at 50% fiber content due to structural changes in starch arrangement when fiber were added. So the composite become less compact. And then for flexural test, also similar trend with tensile, which is optimum fiber at 40%. Okay, and then reduced at 50%. Why? Because higher fiber content, it will cause weak fiber distribution and non-uniform interfacial bonding. Okay, and then in the metric also insufficient to cover the surface of the fiber. Okay, next for FTIR test, we can see that several chemical groups here, which is first the OH group here from it, we can see it shifted to lower wave number, which is at 03288, and then it become 3281. Okay, so it is due to hydroxyl groups and fiber components. Then CH stretching at 2850 to 3000 here. It is due to cellulose vibration and hemicellulose, while at C double bond O stretching at here 1078 and to 1023, it is caused by lignin in the fiber, while the C double bond stretching we found here, but we only found in the composite material that has banana leaf fiber, because this is caused by the hemicellulose in the fiber. So the C double bond stretching absent in pure TPCS. For SEM, okay, this is the same micrograph of banana leaf fiber, and then at 0% fiber, we can see that no remaining starch granule because the starch broke down and it formed a continuous phase with glycerol. And then at 10% fiber, we can see there is a fiber breakage and good adhesion between the fiber and the matrix. Okay, it is due to high compatibility, so it form homogeneous surface. Okay, at 30% fiber, we can still see the fiber breakage. Okay, and the fiber still covered with starch. So it is due to strong intermolecular hydrogen bond between TPCS and fiber. However, at 50% of fiber content, we can see that this is the agglomeration of fiber because the matrix is insufficient to cover the fiber, so the fiber will agglomerate. Okay, so it support the tensile test result, which is at 50% the strength reduce. So the conclusion is by TGA test, the thermal stability increase when the fiber content increase. So and then the mechanical higher strength observed at 40% fiber through tensile and flexural test. So we know that mechanical properties also increase with addition of banana leaf fiber. For FTIR test, the OH wave number decrease when fiber content increase, so it helps to increase the mechanical properties. And for SEM, good addition between fiber and matrix when the fiber increase. It also support the tensile test and mechanic and the thermal testing. So we know the at 40% it is the highest the optimum fiber content to be used in the composite. Recommendation is on the properties of other fibers to be used as reinforcement, and then studies on properties of TPS with different type of plasticizers such as sorbitol, and then studies on process to fabricate such as we use open molding, and last studies on the capability of the composite material to be used in the film or other form. This is the product innovation. We target to be it to be used as packaging tray or single plastic product to replace plastic. This is the example, and here in my hand, this is the packaging tray banana. Okay, it can be used to be as packaging tray as shown in the slide. Okay. Next, for project potential. I had make survey on few respondents, so it is proven that this composite material was suitable for packaging tray because all the respondents show positive feedback. Okay, I asked them whether they interested to buy this product and what is the estimated price to buy this product, and does this product meet the needs of the industry. All of them gave positive feedback, and they agree for this material to be used to replace the current plastic that we use now. This is the raw material cost for one tray. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation. Okay, thank you.